Egg production is a specialized business in a highly competitive field. Maintaining this unusual food in a favorable position and ensuring the producer a reasonable profit offers a problem that looks for partial solution to increased egg production per bird. Only with highly bred superior chickens, efficiently managed, can profitable egg production exist. The appearance of this fine layer is an indication of her capacity to produce more eggs. Vigorous, alert birds with an inherited ability for heavy production of quality eggs have been selectively bred for generations in a calculated program that rests on a foundation of science and applied knowledge. Consider the egg. Its shell encompasses those elements of mystery that unfold to create new life. Here are grouped the qualities gathered by patient research designed to produce a growing pattern of improvement in birds yet to come. To ponder on these possibilities for improvement excites not only the geneticist, but the practical poultryman as well. Many concealed factors influence increased production, but in general, this developing embryo from a high-producing line has a good chance to become a vigorous, sturdy chick with good livability and the promise of developing into a high-producing bird. Already this newly hatched wonder shows the clean-cut characteristics of her forebears. Here at a leading poultry research center and hatchery, a scientific breeding program is constantly carried on by trained technicians to develop for poultrymen everywhere superior egg-producing stocks. Many families and strains are utilized in the breeding program to obtain combinations pointing toward increased production. Since records form the backbone of such a program, trap nesting furnishes proof of the number and quality of eggs produced by each bird. Submerged in salt solutions of different specific gravity, eggs with thick shells tend to sink in high-density solutions, while eggs with thin shells float in dense solutions. Shell weight is an indication of shell strength. At the research center's egg quality laboratory, eggs are put through a number of measurements and tests. Each egg is numbered to identify the hen that laid it. The number is punched on the hen's card. The egg is weighed, and this is entered on the card. This device measures the ratio of length to width, so it can be recorded in a single code number. Accurate tabulation of any egg characteristic is quickly accomplished through the punch card system. After exterior characteristics are established, the egg is broken to determine the nature and form of yolk and albumin. Multiple mirrors assist in observation, as the height of the albumin is measured by a tripod micrometer. In the pathology laboratory, a veterinarian skilled in making post-mortem examinations checks birds which had ailments or weaknesses. Through this careful scrutiny is revealed the weaknesses which may run in certain families and is an important step in selecting for more vigorous stocks. Any acute communicable disease endangering the health of the flock may be arrested through routine autopsy. The veterinarian dictates by code numbers to a punch card operator in the record room all pertinent information at each stage of the examination. The autopsy is hardly finished before the information is permanently recorded on the punch cards. Code numbers cover every condition which may be revealed, and subsequent runs of punch cards through the machine develop statistics relative to strong or weak characteristics in any line of chickens. The prevalence of any given disease in its relationship to a line will quickly show up in card runs. Where serious inherited weaknesses or diseases show in sufficient proportions, entire families will be eliminated. Concrete results of scientific improvement, these sturdy baby chicks are destined for the laying flocks of commercial poultrymen. The hereditary factors behind them are well established. The measure of their success commercially will depend largely on good management. The fingers of the skilled grader tell him the story of health and vitality, and while such quality chicks represent a relatively high cost, their superior production capabilities will more than justify their initial expense. Rapid maturity is important. Only 17 weeks are needed to transform a baby chick into this fine young pullet. Although her plumage is rough, she is developing satisfactorily. 2 weeks older, she shows proper comb and wattle development. Another 2 weeks' growth shows further sexual maturity. And 2 weeks later, at 160 days of age, this pullet is ready to begin her production career. Now in full production, the superior quality of this hen is reflected in her appearance. The large, bright red, glossy comb identifies a good producer. An alert eye and bright red face indicate production vigor and good health. This producer has been debeaked to prevent cannibalism. The plumage of the good layer is usually soiled and shows wear and tear from repeated visits to the nest. Her abdomen is expanded and is soft and pliable. The vent is large, moist, and bluish white. The marked physical superiority of the good layer at the left over the non-layer is easily recognized. The non-layer looks the part. She's listless, in poor condition, lacking in vigor. Her abdomen is contracted and hard. The vent is shrunken, puckered, and dry. The carcass of the non-layer illustrates the contracted abdominal area and the narrow space between pelvic bones. The vent is small and tight. The good layer shows the full, soft abdomen, ample spread from pelvic bones to keel and between pelvic bones. The vent is soft and pliable. The full carcass of the good layer on the right contrasts vividly with the pinched carcass of the non-layer. Wide space between pelvic bones, pliable abdomen, and enlarged, moist vent contrast with the narrow space, hard abdomen, and contracted, dry vent. This hen is nearing the end of her first production period, as indicated by loss of luster and color in her comb. The wilted and scaly comb indicates this hen is no longer laying. The poor condition of the comb is a major indication. This blind bird with the dull gray eye should be culled. Strong yellow pigment indicates a bird has not been laying. Notice the difference of pigmentation between the bird that has finished her laying period and the starter on the right. Rich yellow pigment in the shanks indicates the starting layer. Prolonged production results in bleached shanks. Compare the two. The order of bleaching as the bird progresses through her laying period occurs first in the vent, followed by the eye ring, beak, and shanks. Continuous culling is important to eliminate poor layers that pull down the production average. The non-laying hen may be distinguished by her listless manner. She is often in a molt. The laying hen has laying eggs on her mind. Under the guidance of an instructor, a student poultryman is learning the rudiments of culling by detailed examination of the bird. Hens molt normally in late summer and early fall. The hen that spends a minimum time in molt is usually a better producer. This hen has been in wing molt about 2.5 weeks. The first primary feather is half grown, while the second primary is newer and shorter. The third primary is ready to shed. Hens usually stop laying when molting the wing feathers, but may continue laying when molting other parts of the body. The fast-molting, high-producing hen grows more feathers in less time than the slow molter. When a hen is molting, the head feathers are usually the first to shed, followed by the neck, breast, body, wings, and tail feathers. Here's a hen in a well-advanced stage of fast molt. She has 2 new matured primary feathers. The new feathers are distinguished from the old by their soft quill, broad outline, and clean, fresh look. The old primaries are much more pointed and are rather worn. Many high-producing hens do not molt all 10 primary feathers, but continue to carry some of the old ones into the next year. This is a hen in a state of breast molt. Notice the development of pin feathers which follow the body molt. The hen that is laying has all her wing feathers, 10 primary or flight feathers and 14 secondary feathers, separated at the joint by the axial feather. Her plumage is worn. Her comb is bright red, large, smooth, and glossy. Her beak is bleached. She has a full body with a broad back. Her abdomen is expanded, soft, and pliable. The yellow pigmentation has long vanished from her shanks into the volume of eggs she has produced. She's a worthy hen. There's no room in modern egg production for sentiment. It's a high-geared, push-button business, and the hen has become the key part in this semi-automatic egg factory. Whether she makes the big leagues and how long she stays depends on just one thing: how well she produces. Under these stringent business conditions, the genetic makeup of the laying hen assumes first importance. Housing, feed, and care are expensive and cost just as much for a poor hen as a good one. The development of high production layers has set a pattern of success for the poultry industry. Fine birds like these are truly the design for more quality eggs.